Okay, welcome to a new week of mobility work. We're gonna start off with some hanging, so find the stairs, maybe a table or something that you can hang from, and we're going to start with 10 scapula retractions. So we start in a dead hang, and from there we're going to pull the scapula towards the floor, lift ourselves up and slowly back down. Alright, so we're gonna do around 10 reps. Try to keep the elbows fairly locked out. Always a slight bend is allowed, but really try to isolate the scapula by pulling it towards the floor. Ten reps. After these 10 reps, we're gonna go to the floor for 10 scapula push-ups. Same idea. Fully press out into the floor. We do not want the hips back, as I'm showing you now. We want to keep the hips maximally pressed forwards. And from there we're gonna bend through the scapula, keep the elbows completely locked out and press up. And as you can see, my upper back especially, is fairly rounded, so you want to press yourself as far out as you can. And the hips are not moving, only the scapula is moving, so the hips are being pushed forward all the time, and we squeeze the butt. Again, for 10 reps. And then after these 10 reps, we're gonna do 10 scapula retractions in a handstand. So try to find a wall and then kick up against the wall. You can either do it chest to wall or back to wall. I'm showing you chest to wall so it's more clear. You're gonna dip down through the shoulders and then you're going to shrug up, as it were. This is more of a shrug from the shoulders. And again, we're going to perform 10 reps. After these 10 reps, you can either pause the video, replay it, and you'll perform it for 2 more rounds. So 3 rounds in total. Okay. So when you're done with 3 full rounds, we're gonna go back to the floor, and now we're going to bend the spine, the neck, the upper back, and from here we're going to explore slightly different positions. Extend the legs, bend the legs, move from the left knee to the right knee, move around a little bit, try to find your own sticky points, stretching the hamstrings. We're gonna do this for 1.5 minutes. Trying to keep the hands on the floor. And just explore. Try to bend and extend the lower upper back. Move around and try to keep the knees closer to the floor each time you're performing it. Again, if you do not come as deep as me, no problem, just give it all you got. Okay, now straight into the next exercise. Gonna sit on the floor again, and from here open the hands in a position where you can push the butt through. The butt should be allowed to pass through. From here you open the hips, press down into the shoulders, head back, bring the butt again in between the hands, and go back up again. And we're going to repeat these movement patterns for around 1.5 minutes. And if you can continue into a L-sit, where you lift the feet off the floor into the ground position. Open the hips completely, press out the shoulders. So you want to open up the posterior chain, the shoulders, the hips. Move around a little bit. And just move on your own pace. It's 1.5 minutes of moving around. Alright, now continuing to the next exercise. You're gonna sit down in a squat. From there you're gonna grab with your left hand your right ankle, and then we're going to open up the shoulder as high as you can and bring the elbow down to the floor. I'm going to repeat this for 10 reps. Try to open the shoulder as far as you can. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Okay, once you've done 10-10, we're going to explore different positions from a low squat. So you are allowed to use your hands whenever needed, okay? So you do not have to do this completely in body weight, but we're going to open the hips, close the hips, turn in the knees, turn out the knees. Basically move around with the trunk, bring the knees towards to the floor. See whatever feels good for you, wherever your body needs attention, where you feel tight, where you feel you can open up a little more, and then you hang into each of these positions. From there you basically explore. You guys are the best masters of your own body, so move according to whatever feels good for you or where you need attention. Okay, very well. Moving on to the next exercise. Gonna come to the floor again. Now we're going to stretch our ankles a little bit, so we're gonna sit down on the ankles. If you want to lift your feet higher on a pillow, that's possible. Then we're going to interlock our arms and then press the elbows forward as far as you can, so you feel a stretch in the upper back / lats while we're stretching the feet. So for the next round, you are allowed to put a pillow underneath the toes, so you increase the stretch a little further. Okay, now we switch to the other side, so we're holding each position in the hands for 30 seconds. So 1 minute in total. Okay, very well. Alright, now moving on to the last one, where we continue our stretching of the ankles. We're going to lean forward with the chest over the quads, and then you're going to press your body weight forward so you feel this stretching sensation in the front of the ankle. So now we're stretching in a flexed position, and the one we did before, we were stretching in an extended position of the ankle. So basically you're moving around from left to right, increasing the pressure as time continues, keeping the heel on or slightly off the floor, and trying to bring the knees as close as you can towards the floor. Repeating this exercise every week is going to greatly benefit you in the squat. Any type of squat, really. Moving to the other side. You want to press your body weight into the ankle. Of course, you don't want to hurt yourself, but don't be too gentle on yourself as well. And after this sequence, we're going to repeat the whole cycle one more time, except for the scapula work in the beginning. So you can either replay the whole video, or you know what to do and continue by yourself. Alright, thanks guys, see you all next week.